Alright guys, welcome back to Houston Kilby YouTube channel. I'm Houston Kilby. In today's episode, we're working on GTO. You guys saw in the last episode we mounted the doors and mounted the front end. Our VFN fiberglass is looking good, but now it's time to mount the windows for the doors. So let's jump on in that episode and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Alright guys, so first things first is you need to make a frame, okay? A window frame. This is your base, this is your foundation to start mounting your window, okay? So how do you do this right here and how do you come up with this design? Well, first off, you need to draw it out on paper, okay? You need to get your layout of how you want everything done, and also you need to make you a test piece for bends. Okay, and so how this works is we're using a little rigid bender, and this is my test bend. Okay, so sacrifice you a little piece of material. That's where your bend mark is, right there. Okay, and we know that'll pretty much make a 90. Slap it up there. That's where our bend mark is. That's where bend number 1 is. Bend number 2 is going to be right there. We basically know that's where the radius is. So now you know how much material to cut out and you know where the bender marks is. Then you can start bending it out. Simple as that. All right guys, when you want to get the radius for the window there, this is a tool that I made. So how it works is, see those two wheels, this one and that one, you see that groove in the middle that helps keep this pipe in the center of it, and you put pressure on it with this big wheel, and then it starts putting a radius in. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. All right, see how that works right there? You just start running it back and forth, and then it starts putting the radius in it that you want. And this is a homemade one that I made just out of some scrap materials. They do sell these. I think they even sell one at Harbor Freight too. It's a really big one. They'll do the same thing. All right, so the next step is you're going to need to flatten out some edges. You can do this a couple of different ways, okay? I've been doing it this way for this particular door, and it seemed to work out okay on the driver's side. And I just flattened out a piece and bolted it to it. Now, this door here has a little bit of an issue compared to what the driver's side did, okay? And we're going to have to kind of make this one work. What do I mean by this? This door has a little bit of offset to it. You can see we've got our edges flat right here. We've got this really close, and we've got this body line right on the money right here. But look how deep this is, and look at where our window is. This is the original, you know, with real metal doors. That's where the glass sits at. So we need all this stuff to match up. So in case if we pull these doors off, we want to use the real doors again. Okay, so we've got a little bit of an offset problem here. How do I know that? I've got a little scrap piece of polycarbonate, and you can see how far off we are even with this bolted on here as well. Now we go up into here, I can see that we're pretty daggum close up in there, meaning we're kind of face to face here. Okay, but this down here, we're gonna have to shim it out. What does that mean? Pretty much, I think we're gonna cut a strip of polycarbonate to go all the way across here that fits in between here, and that way when we bolt all this on, it should shim things out enough to where it can make it happy. If not, we may have to add some washers in behind this right here to bring it out, okay? All right, so that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is you can put some crazy bends in here and then mount it down into here, but I'm keeping it simple and knocking it out and moving forward there. So that's just how I'm doing it, and rock and roll here. All right, up next, we need to mount some tabs on our frame here, okay? And we're going to use these little triangle ones for the windows, okay? Now, the reason why I'm not using this big strip stuff like what we did over here is because I need the most amount of visibility out of this, and I don't want this taking up a bunch of room, and that's extra weight too. Okay, so I'm gonna be using these little tabs here. Now I'm coming up with my spacing by using this as a little template, because we use this style of stuff over here on this. Okay, so I want that same bolt pattern over here on this end. So I'm just going to take this thing and make me some marks as I go around through here. Same thing is like this, this, and this. Same thing down here on the bottom here. That gets my... Alright, so now it's time to start tacking our tabs onto our window here, our window frame. And I'm going to show you guys how y'all can do that and keep the tabs straight and flat. What do I mean by that? If you just start welding them on there, they'll bend and do little weird things like this. And then when you go to mount your polycarbonate on there, it's all messed up. It's not pretty at all, and it'll start scratching your polycarbonate and doing some weird things. You need those brackets to be as flat and as smooth as possible. So let me show you guys how to do that. So what you do is you take you a little piece of square tube or angle iron or anything like that, just a small piece, okay, and you run it across here like this, okay. And so now you can put that tab on the back side of it, mount it flat, then tack it on, and there you go. Now as you go across here, see how I'm doing this right here? You can be moving that, and now your tabs are flat all the way across there, just like that. So a little trick there for y'all. All right, guys, time for the next step of this deal, and that is the cardboard, okay? So I like using cardboard templates. It seems to work pretty good. It works for both sides, but now we see there's a little bit of difference in this side compared to others. See how much of a gap we've got right there? We need to add that to it on this side, about 1/4 of an inch. Rest of it looks pretty good. Got a little bit of gap right there we'll need to fill in. But yeah, guys, that's how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna take this piece, transfer it over to our polycarbonate, and let's get to cutting. Alrighty, guys and gals, I found it best to use a cutoff wheel on this. I've tried using like jigsaws, and a jigsaw will cut it if you use a fine tooth blade, but the problem comes in, it'll start scratching it. So cutoff wheel it is, man. All right, so the next thing was, we talked about this earlier. See how I had to make a spacer piece in there? See how that is right there? And you can definitely see right there where this kind of spaced everything off there. This door had to be done this way. The other one did not. It's just because this distance right here on this door is a lot different than what that other one is. That's part of some of the fiberglass stuff. It just depends on how the molds was made. It also depends on how the original doors was made when they originally made these things. But nothing against them. This is just some of the little small things you run into when you're putting fiberglass parts on a original body. Alrighty, guys and gals, we got a couple of things here to talk about. So we went ahead and got our stiffeners put in here, and I made adjustable ones on this door. Now my other door, we didn't do this. I just had some weld-in pieces, and then they bolted in here. And as you close the door more and more, what ends up happening is this radius right here, believe it or not, it actually starts to change this. And so what ends up happening is it doesn't lay flush with your window. So I went with this design on the passenger door, and I've got more of these things right here on order so we can fix the driver's side. So it's actually that much of a difference, and these little things here are really needed. I had some of these left over on another job I done, but I'm out of them. I need more. So anyways, I just telescoped this tubing here to save on some weight. And I didn't have much of this tubing right here on this size here, but it's still pretty lightweight stuff, and it's adjustable. So now we can adjust the tension that's in this thing right here, okay? And so that fixed that part. The other thing that I had problems with, this door had an issue, and the issue was, you guys see that piece of aluminum angle that I put in there in that door? I've got it connected from this hinge to that hinge up there. An issue that I was having was when you open this door right here, the door would sag down really bad. And what I found out was this door, the fiberglass over in here is a little bit thinner than what the fiberglass was on that door over there. So if the fiberglass is thin, then what happens is it'll make your door flex and do all kinds of weird stuff. So I put that stiffener piece in there, and now you can see when you close the door and open the door, see how it doesn't drop any. When there's flex in it over here, your door will drop quite a bit. So that fixed that problem right there. All right, so that's why I want to talk about this edge right here. Now that I've got that adjustable in there, you can make this much better up in here versus as how it was. I had some big differences and stuff like that. So that's why we put those adjustable pieces in. All right, so this is what the driver's side looked like. See how it's mounted on the inside right there? And then we didn't put those adjustable deals on here. I've got those coming. I'm gonna end up changing those in the future and stuff, but for right now, it's fine for doing what we're doing. But just know if you mount these things solid, you don't have a way of getting the flex out of this and also fine tuning it so that it will match up to this really nice and stuff. So just be aware of that. All right, guys, so we're about to paint our window here, okay? So we've got it taped off, okay? So you tape off your line, then you take you a razor blade like this, okay? And you cut that layer of plastic off that's on this thing. You guys can see how that plastic comes back, and you use that tape as your edge, okay? Now you take you some Scotch-Brite, okay? And you scratch that along through there where you want paint to go. If you don't scratch that and you want a black border around it, and I do, if you don't scratch it, the paint won't stick to it at all. It'll just chip off immediately, okay? So scratch it with some Scotch-Brite, and it looks kind of rough. You know, I mean, you can kind of see there how much it's dulled it out, but trust me, once you put some black on it, it's like you never even scratched it. It turns out pretty nice there. So let's paint this thing and let's move on to the other side. Hey, you might want to see this. You want to come see this? I peel this off.
Nice, man.
We gotta get that plastic out right there, but
looks good.
All right, so we just got done putting this little doohickey in right here. I don't even know what you even call this thing, but Quartermax sells these, Tim McCamus sells these, several people sells them. So all it does is it's to help keep from ripping this window off, okay? So when you're going down the track, wind tries to get behind this, and this is another way of help latching this down so it don't come out, okay? That's what that's there for. All right, so that's what the latch deal looks like. It's literally just a little hoop that you weld on to your chassis there. Guys, just check out that pile right there, man. Look at that. My doors, my front end, super lightweight, all that right there. About 300 pounds of savings. That's fantastic. Big shout out to VFN. The doors are now done. And I'm thinking real seriously, guys, we need to get us another hanger to go right here. And I think that'd be really cool, man. I mean, a really cool shop piece right there. We've got our old front end that we're keeping. We've got this front end we can hang right beside it. And I think it's just kind of a cool little deal right there. But anyways, y'all, see y'all in the next episode. All right, guys, gals, I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode of installing the doors. Y'all can probably see behind me right now, the car's looking a lot different. We've got the doors off, which is really nice. You can literally just lift them on and off. And so now when we're putting a transmission in, when we're working on the drive line, when we're doing maintenance and stuff like that, man, it's so much easier working on this thing right now. I don't even know how to explain it. It's easier to get around and all that stuff. So this is a little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming. We do have our bullet and stuff back from TKM. Appreciate Kevin Mullins and all them working their butts off. This motor went over a massive overhaul and stuff, and we got a lot of things done to it, a lot of big updates and stuff to it as well, and there was no expense spared on it in order to fix it, in order for it to be right for us, and it should be a really strong motor coming out this next race here. So yeah guys, we're hammered down. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing. We're feeling really humbled right now. We're getting close to 50,000 subscribers. I don't know what the number is right now, but I know it's close. We really thank you all so much. Facebook and Instagram has really been taking off as well. All the comments, all the shares has been fantastic. Just to give y'all a heads up, our Facebook and Instagram, just in 2 weeks, we went over 2 million views, and we're getting close to 10,000 followers on Facebook. So thank you guys so much. It's helping us a ton on this car, and we can't wait to go racing. We're hoping to go to the August race in Knoxville, and we're going as hard as we possibly can right now to make it and do it. So thank y'all. Appreciate you. Be sure to go buy a t-shirt and stuff. We got our brand new shirts and stuff on the website. That's a huge help to us too. And if y'all can't tell, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm killed right now. So thank y'all. Appreciate you. And like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Comments are a huge help. See y'all in the next one.